We'll start the meeting with a roll call
David Ferguson,
here.
Jenny Beverly. Here. Helen Cronin.
Here.
Jim Klepfer.
Here.
Fred Stillwell.
Here. All right. We'll go right into new business and come back to communications afterwards. So, is the first applicant Aaron Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
You're here?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have your green cards?
He's already turned them in.
He's already turned them in? Okay. All right. Can you kind of, in a layman's way, tell us what you got going on?
Mr. Hartung here, the guy that just handed you the green cards. He's wanting to build him a building, a 30 by 40. And the variance, the 80 feet off the center of the road, because his property sloping so much for the foundation, it's gonna raise the price, for a lot. There's 6 feet difference between the front of the building and where the back of the building is. So what we're pretty much asking is if we can get a little variance, permission to move a little closer to the road.
Okay.
That way we could be on flatter ground and make the cost of the building a little bit more feasible. What we're proposing is, to shift 30 feet forward toward the road and be the 50 foot
Instead of the 80.
from the center of the road instead of the 80.
And you're all right to the property line to the sides?
Yeah. Where we was originally, gonna put it, we thought we was already 5 feet off the road, but he had it surveyed. Or 5 foot off the property line, and the property line was actually over further than what we thought it was, so we'll be more like 20 feet off the property line.
On the side, yeah. So you'll be just, and looking at this picture, you're just gonna be just a hair in front of the house then?
Correct. It'd be maybe about 30 feet in front of the house and then 10 feet, kind of past the house there a little bit.
Anybody else have any questions or concerns? Anybody from the audience have any questions or concerns? Are we ready for findings of fact?
Make a motion.
Okay. We'll do the findings of fact and then we'll do the motion afterwards.
The Board of Zoning Appeals, having heard the testimony and being duly advised, finds A, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. True or false?
True.
B, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. True or false?
True.
The need for the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved. True or false?
True.
The strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought. True or false?
True.
The approval does not interfere substantially with the comprehensive plan. True or false?
True. Any conditions? Okay. Now we need a motion to approve or disapprove.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're good to go. So you'll need to get with Josh, before you can do anything, but he can take care of anything you need there.
All right.
Would you like this paperwork emailed to you or mailed to you?
It don't matter. It could be either one.
Okay,
Okay. Well, thank you. You don't have to say, of course. And Josh is in the back if you want to touch base with him when you're leaving.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mrs. Copeland?
We got plans.
thank you.
Well, do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Well, I've remodeled a garage and given private lessons for dog training. And then there's several people, well, I'll do a board and train where I keep the dog for 2 or 3 weeks and train it for people. And then if they go on vacation, I plan to have an area where that I can take care of their dog when they go on vacation. And I give low-cost group lessons so that someone who doesn't have a lot of income is able to train their dog in a group class. And I have been doing this for 12 years at the fairgrounds, and I'm moving it. I'd like to move it to my house.
So is this what you're wanting to build that was attached here? Is this exhibit?
Well, I have it built.
It's already
I
built, okay.
remodeled it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're just needing the, because of the amount of dogs.
Well, it's considered a public kennel, so
Right,
there's
and
a
the-
special exception. Yes.
Yes, because anything over what, 4 dogs is a special exception.
That and or getting the money, taking any kind of payment for that, those kind of services. An establishment in which they're house groomed, board trained, or sold for a fee or compensation. So that's
Is this your structure here that it's gonna be?
Yes.
It's already there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the dogs will be all kept inside or in a
Yes,
chain
they're
link.
all inside and there won't be any barking because that's one of the problems I'll be working on.
Okay. Is anybody here that has a concern? Okay. Or do you have any questions? Ready? New findings of fact? Okay.
The Board of Zoning Appeals, having reviewed the particular facts and circumstances of the proposed use, now finds adequate evidence showing that such use at the proposed location is A, the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the special exception will not be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare, true or false.
True.
B, the special exception will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted, true or false.
True.
C, the establishment of the special exception will not impede or substantially alter the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding property for uses permitted in the district, true or false.
True.
Indeed, the adequate utilities, access road, drainage, and other necessary facilities have been or are being provided, true or false.
True.
E, adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide ingress and egress so designed as to minimize traffic congestion on the public roadways, true or false.
True.
F, the special exception will be located in a district where such use is permitted and all other requirements set forth in this UDO that are applicable to such use will be met, true or false.
True. Any conditions? Yes, need a motion to accept or deny.
Accept. Second.
A second for Fred. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Would you like me to mail or email your approval?
Whichever's easiest for you.
Okay, all right.
All right. Let's see,
It's silent.
is it silent?
Yeah.
Mark Fouch.
Mark Fouch?
I knew where you were going.
I appreciate that. That's it, blame them.
Yeah.
You wanna?
This is for reconstruction of a single family dwelling home, and, the way it is now, we can only build a 15-foot house on a 60-foot lot, so we're looking to build, 28 by 48 house here. 36 feet from the center, correct?
You're asking for a 44-foot variance from the center of the road and a 12-foot variance from the east property line for the
Yeah,
single family
correct.
dwelling.
And this is.
In the value, in the elevation, I put those paperwork in there too, that it was approved for elevation from. Edit.
I just have one question. The deed and the application is for lot 12. But the approval of the DNR and stuff looks like it was lot 11.
Oh, that's Pettit, that's,
Mhm.
he,
I know there was a lot, I was just kind of,
we're lot
Curious.
12, but
right,
we had 4 lots at one time, so that's like we had him survey all 4 lots.
this is where your flood elevation is set on lot 11, northwest corner.
There's a nail on the telephone pole.
But we're building on lot 12, right?
Yes,
But your elevation, flood elevation is set in lot 11.
it's where, I don't know. What do they call that? His point, where he shoots his laser.
So you own more than one lot and at one time then?
Yeah.
And were they all connected?
2 of them are across the street.
Does he reference any of the other lots in that approval with DNR?
Yeah,
The applicant is for, the application's for lot 12, but the DNR approval is on lot 11.
I'm just missing it. Where is it on the DNR?
That's on Pettit's, correct?
But is that where it was approved? That's one that has to.
That's from like 2000, it's within the range. So I didn't have to give another, survey.
Okay.
I mean, the DNR, all I see on the DNR is the address, 488 Village Boulevard, Northville. Did the lots have different addresses?
Well, the other lot didn't have an address. It's my friend Leonard Collins, he owns lot 11 or 12, I'm good. It could be 11.
Right.
So it's yes, it's just one address, and I think he's now 75 over here.
We just received that, a DNR approval, just in the last couple of months, correct?
The certificate has the 7506 address,
For
which
this
is
house that you
what he's
Yeah.
applying
applied for this house.
Yeah.
And then
The other.
So he'd be all right, because it has the right address, correct?
I mean, it appears the DNR's got the right address.
Text it right now, is that what you're
We
saying?
had it.
And the only
We had
thing
it.
from Pettit and Associates, this paper, this is where it says lot 11.
That's, I mean, it's just lot 11 and lot 12. I'm just making sure we're
Yeah,
doing the
yeah.
right lot. That's all.
I didn't
I'm
catch
just-
that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just making sure we're,
But the DNR does have the correct address.
And
So Jenny, you're talking about the line that says the easterly side of the power pole near the northwest corner. of
That's
lot
where the
11.
hub was set, yeah, for the elevation, yeah. So I was just wondering what the approval was based on. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I mean, so Pettit says a mag mill was set 1 foot up from the ground on the easterly side of a power pole near the northwest corner of lot number 11.
That's just their
So it could be-
reference point.
it could be a
That's just where they go
reference.
for a reference.
So that's not the lot he's retracing, it's just a reference to where the mag mill is.
okay, so that would be good.
And we're
Where you
going
Get your
up
elevation from.
like 11, I think 11 feet. We're gonna
Okay.
Yeah, I think
go
we're okay.
above that.
Yeah, all the lots are real small down there.
Yes, 60 by, I think 250.
It makes it very difficult.
Yes.
Is there anybody here who has an issue or concern? Board, do we have any questions? Ready to do findings of fact?
The Board of Zoning Appeals, having heard the testimony and being duly advised, finds A, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community, true or false.
True.
B, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner, true or false.
True.
C, the need for the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved, true or false.
True.
D, the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought, true or false.
True.
E, the approval does not interfere substantially with the comprehensive plan, true or false.
True. Any conditions? We just need a motion.
I'll make motion through. Second.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? You just need to get with, Josh and.
Anybody want to go over
Would you like me to email or mail you that?
Is that just the stuff I've already turned in?
Yes,
Already copies of that. Just email. Yeah,
approval
that's fine.
in the findings of fact. Okay, I'll email it to you.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
All right. Ruben? Well, it's, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory, but let us kind of go through what you're thinking there.
We're just want to, use that little parcel that we surveyed it all. We're just wanting to use, like 1.831 acres. Want to use that for a cemetery
Okay,
and just trying to get that opened up.
yeah. I assume there's no federal or state permitting for cemeteries that we would have to put on a condition when we go through this.
I mean, you can just make a condition that they follow the state law.
I don't know if there is one or not.
Exactly. That's a pretty common condition that if there is one, that they would have to follow it.
Yeah. You happen to know if there's any state laws you have to do on a cemetery that you're not know of?
Not that I'm aware of. I was actually exploring down the wrong alley when we started out, so I was told from the state, I was actually asking the state and then there in Indianapolis, and they said that this just needs to be county approved unless the county sends it back to state or whatever.
Okay, so do
If I
you
understood correctly.
just still put that
Yeah, just
in?
make it a condition, that way, you know, if for some reason the state does come down and, you know,
Okay,
check on the times.
okay. And, any other questions?
Yeah.
Anybody from the audience? I have to ask that. I know you guys are the only ones here, but. We're ready, you ready to do findings of facts?
I'm gonna excuse myself.
Oh, that's right. You surveyed it, so. Are we ready for findings of fact?
Yeah.
The Board of Zoning Appeals, having reviewed the particular facts and circumstances of the proposed use, now finds adequate evidence showing that such use at the proposed location is A, the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the special exception will not be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare. True or false?
True.
B, the special exception will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted. True or false?
True.
C, the establishment of the special exception will not impede or substantially alter the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding property for uses permitted in the district. True or false?
True.
D, adequate utilities, access road, drainage, and other necessary facilities have been or are being provided. True or false?
True. And then,
E, adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide ingress and egress so designed as to minimize traffic congestion on the public roadways. True or false?
true.
F, the special exception will be located in a district where such use is permitted and all other requirements set forth in this UDO that are applicable to such use will be met. True or false?
True. And then, on the conditions, do you want to make sure, just put in there about it, just make sure it has all the state and federal?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Not thinking there is any,
No.
but just to cover ourselves on that. Now we need a motion with that condition, so the motion will have to have that approved with that condition in there.
I'll make a motion to approve it with the condition of
State
all the state regulation.
Okay.
I'll second it.
trade seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? You're good to go then. You'll just have to get with Josh. And really in the building thing, so he wouldn't have to get with Josh, would he?
Do not think so.
Only if he's gonna put a structure, maintain a structure.
You're not doing a structure, right?
No,
Just a
no.
stand.
Well, might eventually have like a little shed on skid or something out there for a tool or whatever we need for the cemetery.
Okay, so all he really needs is approval, the paperwork from you then, correct?
Yes, and I'll send that to you.
Okay,
You got any questions?
so what about that terms and conditions you said from the state, like if there is any?
Yeah, and
Just if there's any state laws that you have to follow those state laws with regard to management of the cemetery.
Okay.
I don't see any either. I mean, it looks like, you know, I'm coming up with the same thing that you do, that they've turned it over to the county. I mean, basically, it's just saying that this permit's conditioned on making sure if there's a state law that you're following. That's all.
Okay,
and you've already done that, and Pat's done a little bit on it too, so I think you're in good shape.
okay. Well, thank
You're
you so
good
much.
to go. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. You can head out too. You don't have to wait to the end. Unless you enjoy it. The only thing unless we got is Mike has some some things going on.
Yeah, we've got a situation with, in fact, Matt True from the BMA Center is helping us. We've had we've permitted some races, the off-road races on some of the farms. And there's been, unfortunately, there's been a fatality with one of those races. And it's utilizing quite a bit of the sheriff's and the EMS resources to run these things. So Matt True has put together, you've got a copy of this in front of you. We're not going to vote on it tonight or anything. I just want you to take a look at it. It's a draft of a policy and a procedure to have these guys fill out this before they actually do the races. So we know where the race is being held, that they've got plans and they got emergency planning and they've got, you know, enough traffic, and because they actually set up a small city for a weekend. I mean, they've got, including, even got a portable church they bring in and actually have Sunday services. I mean, it's quite an operation. And but all of a sudden, you're sitting in your farm one day and all of a sudden all these trailers and cars and four-wheelers and side by sides come pulling in and this is very well run and this is the one that, and unfortunately he ran one that he had scheduled, he's had it scheduled for a number of years and he ran it without a permit this last year. So I informed him it's $2,500 a day if you don't get a permit. And he said, well, he couldn't, he tried to change the date, but he couldn't. So think about that too, when you're looking at all this, because this Matt True did a pretty good job. There's a couple of things I've already seen I want to change in here. But it actually gives us the route, actually has them contact the hospital and the EMS folks and, you know, let some residents know around. It's almost like a notification when somebody comes in for a application and wants a special exception or something like that, because they have to notify all the landowners around. Right now, they don't. They don't know that the race is going on until they hear all the noise. Once they hear the noise, they got to figure it out real quick. But they have manufacturers there that sell parts and they sell clothing. And I mean, to me, I'm not saying they're bad. What I'm saying is we need to have a little bit better procedures on what we know so we can share it with the agencies that have that. So, and you'll see in that plan, he wants to know the route and quite a bit of information about it. But if you want to get on Facebook, this guy's got a Facebook page. You can watch these young men, ladies running through the woods on their 4x4s and side by sides at a extremely high rate of speed sometimes. So, and they do mud climbs and things like that. But fortunately, there's been some injuries. There's been some call outs from the sheriff's department, things like that. So we need to tighten up our procedures so we make sure everybody's safe. That's the main thing. We want everybody safe and when they get here, they go home. That's what we want to make sure they go home in the same condition they came here in. So, but unfortunately, we did have a fatality in one of the races this year.
Will this actually, if we implement something like this, wouldn't this be a planning commission? They have to go.
Probably, but I want you guys to see it because before, if you see anything you think I need to work on before I give it to plan commission, I want you guys to take a look at it because these are the conditions I would think you would want to put on somebody who's going to do a race, that they'd have to meet these conditions and fill out this plan that Matt Cruz put together. Put a lot of work into it. So we'd be involving a lot of other agencies when we're talking about one of these races.
We can this is something in December meeting.
Yeah, December or in I'd like to get a plan commission next year so we can get something set up.
Sure.
But if you got any questions, just call me.
Can you send this out?
Yeah.
No, I meant that. Can you email it to me?
In fact, I'll give you this one.
Anything else? We got another meeting tomorrow.
We gotta approve the minutes.
We will. But thanks for reminding me, 'cause I did forget. But anyway, we got another meeting tomorrow. We're gonna get there the meeting starts at 5, of course. But we're gonna open doors at 4. Now, we can all go in earlier if we want, but the public will not be going in till 4. It's at the community building. And so we got it all set up today. Checked everything out, the microphones and all that. There's a presentation that's going to be, and we got it all set up. So, but we do need to approve the minutes from last meeting, since I jumped ahead and was scolded publicly and on record. It can never be forgotten.
The owl does not forget.
We'll give our next month's meeting.
Yeah, it'll be in here. Dave Ferguson got scolded for not paying attention to the minute. All right, so you all looked at the minutes from last meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
They're gonna leave me hanging. Since I didn't do it right, they weren't gonna make any kind of motion. I got a second, well, thank you. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Hearing none, they have passed. Anything else?
Well, before we take it off the record, does anybody on the board who would like to renew their seat, do I need to ask them on record, or can that be something off the
That
record?
doesn't have to be on record.
Okay, right, that's all.
That's it.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Most of them.
That one went quick.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? All opposed?